Here's a crazy number. NBA players are longer than average. And you might be thinking, well, duh, they're a lot taller than the normal person. But I'm not talking about height. We all know NBA players are abnormally tall, but their body ratios are also abnormal. The median wingspan to height ratio in the NBA is 1 to 1.05, while the median for everyone else is 1 to 1. Translation, NBA players have longer wingspans compared to their height than anyone else. In fact, length might be more important than height. They're just so highly correlated, who knows? When you look at players like Victor Wembanyama, who might end up being a fantastic player having a great career, it's important to understand that it's not just his height that makes him good, it's his length. When I talk about length, what I really mean is arm span. But for some reason in the NBA, we call it wingspan. But like, why? Are we talking about birds here? Have I been trolled this entire time? Does the B in NBA stand for bird? I mean, it is kind of weird to call it the National Basketball Association, as if a bunch of basketballs from across the nation are associated.
We're all here so we can get started now.
Anyway, back to length. There are definitely a few players that aren't even that tall, but benefit from having a large wingspan. For example, Rajon Rondo, whose wingspan was 6'9", or more recently, Donovan Mitchell, who despite being 6'1", has a 6'10" wingspan. Of course, we've already mentioned Victor Wembanyama, who has an 8-foot wingspan according to ESPN. Or there's Kawhi Leonard, whose wingspan helps him play good defense, or Taco Fall. It's funny, you'll often hear people say that you need to be tall to play in the NBA. And that's only half true, because not only do you need to be tall, but you need to have long arms. And that doesn't just come with being tall. We're talking long arms compared to how tall you are. It definitely matters in the NBA, and maybe instead of just listing players' heights on the roster, maybe we need to start including wingspan. One question you might be asking yourself is, if you do have a longer wingspan, if you're built kind of like Victor Wembanyama, where you're really tall and lanky, does that mean you're more susceptible to injuries? And I don't really know the answer to that question, but what I do know is you should check out this other video where I talk about the greatest NBA careers that injuries stopped. I'm really hoping that Victor Wembanyama doesn't end up on a list like this.